Chapter 8. In the Forest. Hester sighed and called out to her daughter, "Pearl, Pearl, where are you?" Pearl was playing by the water. The wild child was throwing little pebbles at some birds. Pearl was almost sure she had hit one, and then felt sorry for what she had done. It made her sad to see that she had harmed a little thing as wild as she was. Pearl picked up some seaweed, made the letter A with it, and placed it over her chest. It was dark green instead of scarlet, but she liked it. "Now I'm like Mother," thought Pearl. Just then Pearl heard Hester calling her, and she ran towards her mother. Hester looked at the green letter on the child's dress. "A green letter has no meaning, my child," she said. "Do you know what a scarlet letter means, and why I have to wear it?" "Yes, Mother," said the child with a playful smile. "It's for the same reason that the minister keeps his hand over his heart." "And what reason is that?" asked Hester, looking at Pearl nervously. "What's the connection between the letter and me?" "I don't know," said Pearl, more seriously than usual. Then she continued, "So tell me, Mother, why do you wear the scarlet letter on your chest, and why does the minister keep his hand over his heart?" Hester hardly knew how to reply, but said quickly, "Silly Pearl, I like the letter because it shines like gold." Hester had never talked about the letter on her chest before, and now the child would not stop asking the same questions. But Hester had no answers for her curious little daughter. Soon Hester got her chance to tell Reverend Dimmesdale the truth about Chillingworth. She was walking with Pearl one day in the forest. It was cold, and the sky was grey, but now and then a ray of sunshine found its way through the clouds. "The sunshine does not love you, Mother," said little Pearl. "It runs away and hides from you. But I'm only a child, and it won't run away from me." Pearl sat down with Hester on a large rock. "Will you tell me a story, Mother?" she asked. "Tell me about the strange dark figure in the woods. The people say he haunts the forest and carries a big heavy book. He makes people write their names in blood and puts a mark on their chests. Did you ever see him, Mother?" "Who told you that silly story, Pearl?" asked her mother. "It's only an old legend." "People round here are ignorant and superstitious. There is no dark figure here." Suddenly she saw Dimmesdale in the distance walking between the trees. "Pearl, go and play for a bit. I want to speak to that man." "Is he the dark figure in the woods?" asked Pearl excitedly. "No, of course he isn't. Go and play, child," repeated her mother. "Find some lovely flowers, but don't go far, and if I call you, come back immediately." "Yes, Mother," Pearl answered. "But can't I just stay and see the man for a moment?" "No, go, silly child," cried her mother impatiently. When Pearl had gone, Hester walked towards Dimmesdale, noticing how weak and sad he looked. "Arthur, Arthur Dimmesdale," she called softly. "Who's there?" answered the minister, looking through the dark shadows in the trees. He didn't know if it was a woman, a shadow, or a ghost. He came closer, and then saw the scarlet letter. "Hester, Hester Prynne," he said. "It's you." "Yes, it is," she answered with a simple smile. They sat down together, and the minister observed Hester. "Hester," he said, "have you found peace?" She smiled sadly and shook her head. "No, I haven't," she answered. "Have you?" "None," he replied. "Hester, I'm tormented with guilt." How can I show people the way to heaven when I'm so evil? The people in church respect me and see the light of heaven in my eyes, but I look inside my heart and see how I really am. It makes the devil laugh. You're very hard on yourself, Hester said quietly. You're deeply sorry for what you did. You sinned long ago, but all the good you do for others must have cleansed that sin by now. No, replied the Reverend. It means nothing. I'm an impostor. Everyone can see the scarlet letter on your dress, but mine burns in secret. I haven't got one friend I can tell my guilty secret to. Hester looked into his face and hesitated before saying, Yes, you have. You've got me. She forced herself to continue. But Arthur, you've also got an enemy, and you've had him for a long time. He lives with you. I must tell you the truth. That old man, the one they call the doctor, was my husband. The minister fell to the ground and covered his face with his hands. I knew it in my heart, he murmured. He is an evil man. Why didn't you tell me this before, Hester? I can't forgive you. You will forgive me, cried Hester passionately. Let God punish me, but you will forgive me. With sudden, desperate passion, she put her arms around him and pulled him close, not caring that his cheek touched the scarlet letter. For 7 long years, the world had condemned this lonely woman. She could not bear to have this pale, sad man condemn her too. Will you forgive me? She whispered over and over again. At last, the minister spoke sadly. I do forgive you, Hester, and may God forgive us both. They sat for a while, holding hands, neither of them wanting to leave the forest. Here, Hester was not an outcast, and Dimmesdale could be himself. Then the minister said, Hester, does Roger Chillingworth know you plan to tell me his secret? Yes, she answered. I couldn't keep silent any more. Then what will he do now? The minister asked. He's a very strange man, she replied. I don't think he'll tell other people, but he'll find other ways to take his revenge on us. Dimmesdale placed his hand on his heart. How can I continue? He asked desperately. You're strong, Hester. Tell me what to do. You can't live with him any more, said Hester slowly and firmly. Free yourself from his evil eyes before it's too late. Go to England or Europe. You can do good work and live again. Oh, Hester, he answered, I'm not brave or strong enough. I can't go out into this world alone. You don't have to go alone, Hester answered in a deep whisper. There was nothing more to say.